All right, so we're getting you ready for a hardwood floor layer interview. And man, it's a job that really blends like artistry and precision, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. A lot of skill involved.
Definitely. And you know what? We've got all your RoleCatcher resources ready to go, career guide, the interview guide, and even some insights into their AI tools.
Cool.
Yeah, this deep dive is going to transform you into like an interview ace.
Awesome.
Yeah, focusing on how to tackle, those tough questions you're going to get hit with. We'll sprinkle in some career insights and we'll reveal how RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon.
It's like having a cheat sheet.
Totally like a blueprint for success.
Yeah, and tailored for hardwood floor layers.
Exactly. So let's just jump right in. The RoleCatcher interview guide kicks off with a real classic. What experience do you have in hardwood floor installation? Now, this one can feel really daunting, like if you're just starting out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, experience comes in like a lot of forms. So even if you haven't worked professionally yet, think about any projects you've tackled. Maybe you refinished a floor in your own home or helped a friend with an installation.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about, showcasing initiative and like a genuine passion for the craft.
Showing that you're a go-getter.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's not just about, paid work. It's about showing that you have like hands-on skills.
Yeah.
And that you're a proactive learner.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is cool. RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze your response to this question.
Right.
And give you tailored feedback, like right there.
That's right. It can help you identify, any like missing keywords or phrases that align with the specific job description, so you can make sure your answer hits all the right notes.
That's wild. It's like having a personalized coach right there with you.
Pretty much.
Okay, moving on to a question that kind of, tests your technical knowledge. How do you ensure the subfloor is properly prepared before installing hardwood flooring?
Yeah, this is important.
Yeah, this is where you demonstrate that you understand the fundamentals.
Right? It's not just about laying down planks.
Right.
It's about, creating a solid foundation for a beautiful and long-lasting floor.
Right, it's like building a house, you need a strong base.
Exactly.
So walk me through like those crucial steps.
So first and foremost, you need to make sure the subfloor is level.
Okay.
And this might involve using like leveling compounds to smooth out any uneven areas.
Okay.
Then you need to make sure it's clean and free of debris.
Of course.
And finally, you need to test the moisture content. Hardwood flooring is very sensitive to moisture, so you want to make sure it's within like an acceptable range.
Right.
Typically around 6–8%.
Wow, that's way more specific than just like level, clean, and dry.
Yeah.
It shows that you know what you're talking about.
Exactly. You want to show them, your stuff.
Yeah, and I think this is cool too. The RoleCatcher Career Guide actually goes into even more detail
It does.
about subfloor preparation techniques. It even talks about like specific types of leveling compounds and moisture meters.
Yep, all the good stuff.
It's like a mini course right within the guide.
I like to think so.
Okay, let's tackle another question that focuses on problem solving.
Yeah.
How do you handle transitions between different flooring types?
Transitions.
This is about those tricky spots.
Yes, this is where you get to, showcase your attention to detail and aesthetic awareness.
Right.
So imagine a hardwood floor flowing seamlessly into a tiled entryway.
Right.
That's the kind of craftsmanship we're talking about.
Yeah, it's got to look good.
Exactly.
So how do you ensure like a smooth and visually appealing transition?
Well, there are a variety of techniques depending on the situation.
Okay.
So you might use T-moldings, which bridge height differences between the two floors, or you might use reducers, which create a gentle slope between floors of different thicknesses.
Okay.
And sometimes you might need to get creative with custom solutions,
So you got to think outside the box.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing that RoleCatcher's AI can help you like tailor your answer to really showcase those problem-solving skills.
Oh, absolutely. It can analyze the job description and suggest, relevant keywords or phrases related to transitions and custom solutions.
So it helps you stand out.
Exactly.
That's so helpful. Okay, let's move on to a question that tests your ability to handle those inevitable curveballs,
Oh, what's that?
How do you handle warped or damaged hardwood planks?
Yes, the joys of working with natural materials. Wood can be unpredictable, so it's crucial to show you can handle these challenges, with a calm and like methodical approach.
Yeah, you don't want to freak out.
Yeah, definitely not.
So walk me through your thought process.
Yeah.
Let's say you're on site and you discover a warped plank. What's your next move?
So first I would assess the severity of the warp.
Okay.
If it's minor, I might be able to use a heat gun and some clamps to gently like reshape the plank.
Okay.
But if it's too warped or damaged, I wouldn't hesitate to replace it with a new plank.
So you got to know when to try to like salvage it and when it's time to just start fresh. And I imagine experience plays a big role in making those judgment calls.
Absolutely. And that's where, those personal projects or even assisting experienced installers can be so valuable.
Right.
It gives you that hands-on knowledge to confidently tackle those real-world scenarios.
Because sometimes the best learning happens outside of a classroom.
For sure.
Okay, let's shift our focus to long game with this next question.
Yeah.
How do you ensure a durable and long-lasting hardwood floor installation?
Okay.
This is where you bring it all together, the subfloor prep, proper installation techniques, even thinking ahead to maintenance.
Right. It's about showing you're invested in creating a floor that will truly stand the test of time.
Yeah, it's like a holistic approach considering every aspect of the floor's lifespan.
Exactly.
So what are some key points you would highlight?
Well, I'd start by, reiterating the importance of a properly prepared subfloor. That's the foundation for everything else. Then I'd emphasize the need for meticulous installation, following manufacturer guidelines, using the right tools and techniques. And finally, I'd briefly touch on maintenance, advising the client on regular cleaning and even the possibility of, future refinishing to extend the floor's life.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It shows you're not just focused on getting the job done. You're thinking about the long-term satisfaction of the client.
Long-term.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious, how does RoleCatcher's Career Guide approach this idea of longevity in a hardwood floor layers career?
Well, it actually highlights the importance of continuous learning.
Oh, wow.
The guide emphasizes that staying updated on new materials, techniques, and trends is key to a successful and fulfilling career in this field.
That's a great point. It's not just about mastering the basics. It's about constantly evolving and adapting to the ever-changing world of hardwood flooring.
It's always changing.
Okay, let's dive into another challenging question. How do you handle difficult or complex installations like angled or herringbone patterns?
Oh, yeah, those are tough.
This question is designed to gauge your expertise and problem-solving skills.
It is. Herringbone, for example, requires precise planning and execution. It's like a beautiful puzzle, but with much higher stakes.
It sounds intricate.
It is.
So how would you suggest someone approach this question if they haven't had much experience with those complex patterns?
Well, honesty is key. Don't pretend to have expertise that you don't have.
Right.
Instead, acknowledge the challenge and express your eagerness to learn. You could say something like, while I haven't had extensive experience with herringbone patterns, I'm familiar with the basic principles and I'm confident in my ability to learn new techniques quickly. I'm always up for a challenge.
That's a great way to frame it, showcasing your willingness to grow and adapt.
Exactly.
And I'm sure RoleCatcher's AI can provide some additional guidance on how to tailor your response to this specific question.
Oh, for sure. It can analyze the job description and suggest, relevant keywords related to complex installations, problem solving, and a willingness to learn new techniques.
It's so helpful. It's like having a personalized cheat sheet for interview success.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's move on to a question that's crucial in any customer-facing role. How do you ensure the finished product meets the customer's expectations?
Yes, this is a good one.
Yeah, this is all about communication and building a strong rapport with the client.
Exactly. It's not just about technical skill. It's about, understanding their vision and delivering a result that exceeds their expectations.
Right, because ultimately you're creating a space for them to live or work in, so their satisfaction is paramount.
It is.
So how would you approach this question?
I'd emphasize the importance of active listening from the very first meeting.
Okay.
It's about taking the time to, truly understand their needs, preferences, and any concerns they might have. And then it's about clear and consistent communication throughout the project, providing regular updates and addressing any questions promptly.
So it's about making them feel like they're part of the process.
Yeah, like partners in the process, not just passive observers.
And I imagine a little empathy goes a long way.
Oh, absolutely. Putting yourself in their shoes and understanding their excitement or anxieties about this project can make a world of difference in building that trust and rapport.
So it's about being more than just an installer.
Yes.
It's about being like a consultant, a collaborator, a problem solver.
People person.
And speaking of problem solving, I'm curious, what kind of insights does RoleCatcher's Career Guide offer about navigating the challenges of a hardwood floor layers career?
Well, the guide actually highlights the importance of adaptability and resilience.
Okay.
It acknowledges that, every project comes with its own set of challenges, unexpected subfloor issues, material delays, even the occasional demanding client.
Oh, yeah, you can run into some characters.
For sure.
So it's not just about technical skills, it's about Having that mental toughness to handle whatever curveballs come your way.
Exactly. And that's where experience, both professional and personal, can really pay off.
Oh, for sure.
It's about drawing on those past experiences to navigate new and unexpected situations with confidence.
It's like having that I've seen it all attitude, even if you haven't quite seen it all yet.
You got it.
All right. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive, but we're just getting started.
We are just getting started. Welcome back to our deep dive. We're going to help you ace that hardwood floor layer interview.
Yeah, we're not messing around.
Nope. We covered a bunch of tough questions.
Oh, we did, but we're not done yet.
Not even close.
Okay, so last time we were talking about how important communication is, to make sure your clients are happy.
Right.
And this next question really builds on that whole idea. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and advancements? So it's not just about keeping your skills sharp. It's also about showing clients that you're on top of the latest and greatest in hardwood flooring, right?
That's it. Imagine a client asking about eco-friendly options.
Right.
And you can confidently talk about reclaimed wood or the latest bamboo flooring technology.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about.
Exactly. It builds credibility.
It's like speaking their language.
Yeah.
So how can our listeners really nail this question?
Well, you got to think about the specific resources you rely on.
Okay.
Do you subscribe to industry magazines like Floor Covering Installer or Hardwood Floors?
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Do you follow any influential bloggers or experts on social media?
That kind of stuff?
Yeah, mentioning these shows that you're actively engaged in the field. You're not just...
You're in the know.
Yeah, exactly.
What about professional development?
Uh-huh.
Like attending workshops or online courses. Is that another good way to stay current?
Totally. And don't be afraid to get specific. Okay. Maybe you recently took a course on the latest moisture mitigation techniques. Or attended a workshop on installing those trendy wide plank floors.
Oh, those are popular.
Yeah, these details show your commitment to, ongoing learning.
It's like saying, hey, I'm not just resting on my laurels. I'm constantly pushing myself to improve.
Exactly. Always learning.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit and talk about another essential skill for any hardwood floor layer.
What's that?
Teamwork.
Oh, yeah. Big one.
So the next question in the RoleCatcher Interview Guide asks, how do you approach working with a team, such as other contractors or subcontractors?
Right, because a hardwood floor installation is rarely a solo act.
It's true.
You're often working alongside plumbers, electricians, painters. It's like a whole symphony of skilled trades.
It's like a well-choreographed dance, everybody moving in sync to create a beautiful finished product.
I like that analogy.
So how can our listeners, demonstrate those teamwork skills in their interview?
Well, think about specific situations where you had to work as part of a team.
Okay.
Maybe you had to adjust your schedule to accommodate another contractor.
Right.
Or perhaps you had to brainstorm a creative solution to a problem that involved, multiple trades.
Those are great examples.
Yeah, it's all about, showing that you're flexible, adaptable, and a true team player.
And those soft skills. Don't forget those communication, active listening, conflict resolution. These are all crucial, in a collaborative environment.
Absolutely. And, RoleCatcher's AI can actually provide some extra insights on how to really highlight these skills in your response.
Oh, cool.
It can analyze the job description and suggest, relevant keywords related to teamwork, communication, problem solving,
Amazing. It's like having a personalized guide to crafting the perfect answer.
That's a pretty cool tool.
Okay, let's move on to a question that's non-negotiable in any construction job. How do you ensure safety on the job site?
Right. Safety first.
This is where you demonstrate your unwavering commitment to maintaining a safe work environment for yourself and everyone around you.
Absolutely. Remember, safety is not just a rule, it's a mindset.
Right. It's about taking personal responsibility, for preventing accidents and creating that culture of safety on every project.
Exactly.
So how would you suggest our listeners approach this question?
We'll start by emphasizing the importance of personal protective equipment, or PPE. And don't just say, I wear safety gear.
Right.
Get specific. Talk about, those steel-toed boots, your trusty safety glasses, your go-to hearing protection.
Paint the picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Of someone who takes it seriously.
Every single day.
And what about mentioning any, specific safety training you've had? Would that be good to bring up?
Oh, yeah. Definitely if you've completed, OSHA 10 or 30 training or any other safety-related courses. Highlight those.
So you're going above and beyond.
It shows you're proactively seeking out knowledge and staying up to date on the latest safety standards.
Right. And if you've ever had to identify or correct a safety hazard on a job site, Share that story.
Yeah, good idea.
It shows that you're not just following the rules, you're actively looking out for the well-being of yourself and your colleagues.
It shows you're a leader when it comes to safety, not just a follower.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk about career advancement.
Okay.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide actually provides some really cool insights on how to move up in the hardwood floor layer world.
It does.
It's not just about landing the job. It's about mapping out your long-term career goals and taking steps to achieve them.
Absolutely.
So what kind of pathways does the guide highlight?
Well, it explores various options from becoming like a lead installer or a supervisor to managing projects or even starting your own business.
Wow. So there's a lot of options.
There are a lot of different paths.
That's so inspiring.
Right.
It shows that there's room for growth and development no matter where you start in this field.
Exactly.
Now, I'm curious, how can RoleCatcher's AI tools help someone who's just starting out on their hardwood floor layer journey?
It's super helpful, actually, especially for like crafting a standout resume or CV. Imagine you're fresh out of a training program and you're not quite sure what skills to emphasize.
Right.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze job descriptions and suggest relevant keywords and phrases that align with like the specific roles you're targeting.
That is so cool.
It is. It's like having a personalized career counselor.
And that's just the beginning. RoleCatcher also offers AI-powered feedback on interview responses, so it helps you refine your delivery and your content to really make a lasting impression.
It's like having a virtual mock interview,
Wow.
but with like detailed insights tailored to your specific career goals.
That's incredible. It really levels the playing field,
It does.
giving everyone access to the tools and resources they need to succeed.
Exactly.
Okay, let's tackle another challenging question from the RoleCatcher Interview Guide. This one asks, how do you handle difficult or complex installations like angled or herringbone patterns?
Oh, yes. This is another one that separates the novices from the experts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's about showcasing your ability to think critically, problem solve effectively, and execute with precision. Imagine you're tasked with installing a herringbone floor in a room with angled walls and curved archways.
Oh, wow.
That's where those advanced skills really come into play.
Yeah, that sounds like a real test.
It is.
So how can someone approach this question if they haven't had a lot of experience with those complex patterns?
Honesty is key. Again, don't pretend to have expertise you don't have. Instead, acknowledge the challenge and focus on your willingness to learn and grow. You could say something like, well, I haven't yet had the opportunity to work with herringbone patterns extensively. I'm fascinated by the technique and I'm eager to develop those skills. I'm a quick learner and I'm confident in my ability to master new challenges.
That's a fantastic way to frame it.
Yeah.
It shows that you're not intimidated by complex projects. You see them as opportunities to expand your knowledge and expertise.
That's the right attitude.
And I'm sure RoleCatcher's AI can provide some additional guidance on how to tailor, your response to this specific question.
For sure, it can analyze the job description and suggest, relevant keywords and phrases related to complex installations, problem solving, and a willingness to learn new techniques.
It's like having a secret weapon. It is. Okay, let's move on to a question that's all about those finer details that can really make or break a hardwood floor installation. How do you ensure the finished product meets the customer's expectations?
This is where you really get to showcase your commitment to quality communication and exceeding expectations.
It's about that sense of pride in your work,
Right.
knowing that you've delivered something truly exceptional.
Exactly.
So how would you approach this question?
I'd start by emphasizing the importance of clear and consistent communication throughout the entire project, from the initial consultation to the final walkthrough.
Yeah, you got to keep them in the loop.
Exactly. It's about keeping the client informed, addressing their concerns, and making sure they feel involved in the process.
It's about building that trust and rapport.
Exactly. Make them feel like partners in creating their dream floor.
And I imagine a little bit of empathy goes a long way.
Oh, for sure. Putting yourself in their shoes and understanding their excitement or, anxieties about this project can make a world of difference in building that connection and ensuring their satisfaction.
It's about going beyond the technical aspects and really connecting with the human element of the job.
Yeah, being a people person.
Speaking of the human element, I'm curious, what kind of insights does the RoleCatcher Career Guide offer about building a strong professional network in the hardwood flooring industry?
Well, the guide actually highlights the importance of networking as a key ingredient for career success.
Yeah.
It emphasizes that building relationships with other professionals, contractors, suppliers, even fellow hardwood floor layers can open doors to new opportunities, collaborations, and valuable insights.
Yeah, it's like creating a support system,
Exactly.
a community of people who understand the unique challenges and rewards of this profession.
Yeah, for sure. And those connections can be especially valuable when you're just starting out.
Right, when you're new to the game.
Mentorship and guidance from experienced professionals can be invaluable in those early stages of your career. And don't underestimate the power of word of mouth referrals.
Oh, yeah.
A strong professional network can be your best marketing tool.
It's like having a built-in cheering section.
Exactly. A group of people who are invested in your success.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And remember, building those connections takes time and effort. Attending industry events, joining professional organizations, even connecting with people on social media can all contribute to a thriving professional network.
It's about putting yourself out there, being genuinely interested in others, and always looking for opportunities to learn and grow.
That's it.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're in the home stretch now, getting you ready for that hardwood floor layer interview.
That's right, getting you prepped and ready to go.
You should be feeling super confident by now.
You got this.
Yeah, ready to tackle those questions.
Absolutely.
But before we jump into those last few questions, I wanted to circle back to RoleCatcher and their awesome AI tools.
Oh, yeah, those are game changers.
For sure, especially when it comes to, fine-tuning your interview approach.
For sure, their AI can actually analyze your practice responses and give you feedback.
It's wild.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
Right there with you.
Giving you tips and advice.
Yeah, and don't forget, RoleCatcher also helps you tailor your CV or resume to each job description.
Right, so you can stand out.
Yeah, that's super helpful for getting noticed by recruiters.
Absolutely.
It's like having an AI-powered ally.
It is.
Guiding you every step of the way.
You got it.
Okay, let's get back to those interview questions.
Let's do it.
This next one is all about staying ahead of the curve. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and advancements?
This is an important one.
It is. So it's where you get to showcase your passion for the craft.
Yeah, your dedication.
And your commitment to continuous learning. The flooring industry is always changing.
Always.
So staying current is key to a long and successful career.
That's the key.
So what are some ways our listener can demonstrate, their dedication to professional development?
Well, think about the resources you use to stay informed. Do you subscribe to any trade magazines like Floor Covering Installer or Hardwood Floors?
Oh, yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah. Do you follow any industry blogs or podcasts?
There's a ton of them out there.
Are there any online forums or communities where you connect with other professionals?
Yeah, those are great examples.
Yeah, and attending trade shows or conferences is another fantastic way to network and learn about, the latest innovations.
Yeah, you get to see it all.
Absolutely. It shows that you're proactively seeking out new knowledge and engaging with the broader hardwood flooring community.
And speaking of engagement, let's tackle another question that's all about teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
How do you approach working with a team such as other contractors or subcontractors?
Yeah, the teamwork question, a classic.
Right. Hardwood floor installation often involves coordinating with, all sorts of other tradespeople.
It does.
So being able to collaborate effectively is really essential.
You got to work together.
So how can our listener effectively demonstrate those teamwork skills during their interview?
Think about specific situations where you had to work as part of a team, either on a previous job or even in a volunteer setting.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever have to adjust your schedule to accommodate another contractor?
Right.
Or maybe you had to brainstorm a creative solution to a problem that involved, multiple trades.
Those are great examples.
Yeah, it's about showcasing your flexibility, your adaptability, and that we're all in this together attitude.
Love it. And, of course, those essential soft skills.
Yes.
Communication, active listening, conflict resolution.
How important.
They're the foundation of any successful team dynamic.
Right. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can help you fine-tune your response to this question.
Oh, that's right.
It can analyze the job description and suggest relevant keywords related to teamwork, collaboration, communication,
It's like a cheat sheet for success.
It is.
Okay, let's move on to a question that is absolutely critical in any construction job. How do you ensure safety on the job site?
Right. Safety first, always.
This is where you demonstrate your unwavering commitment to maintaining a safe work environment, not just for yourself, but for everybody.
It's so important. Safety is not just a set of rules, it's a mindset.
It's a culture.
Yeah, a culture that you actively promote.
on every project.
Yeah.
So how should our listener approach this question?
We'll start by highlighting the importance of personal protective equipment.
Okay.
PPE.
PPE, got it.
And don't just say, I wear safety gear.
Right.
Get specific. Talk about, your steel-toed boots, your safety glasses, your hearing protection.
Paint that picture.
Yeah, exactly. Show them that you take safety seriously.
Every single day.
And if you've had any specific safety training, mention that too, like OSHA 10 or 30 or any other safety courses.
Show that you're going above and beyond.
It shows you're committed to staying informed and upholding those high safety standards.
And if you've ever had to identify or correct a safety hazard on a job site, tell that story.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Shows that you're not just following the rules, you're actively looking out for everybody.
You're a leader when it comes to safety.
Yeah, not just a follower. Okay, so we've covered a lot of questions.
We have.
But I think it's important to step back for a minute and consider the bigger picture.
I agree.
So what does this all mean for our listener, as they're preparing for this interview? What are the key takeaways?
Well, first and foremost, remember that you're interviewing for a job that needs a really unique blend of skills. You're not just a laborer, you're a craftsperson.
An artist.
You're an artist who's working with wood to create these beautiful and functional spaces.
Let that passion shine through.
Yeah, show your enthusiasm.
And don't forget, preparation is key.
Absolutely.
We've gone through a ton of questions today, but there's even more in the RoleCatcher Career Guide and Interview Guide.
Those are great resources.
Take the time to study them. Practice your responses and, use those AI tools to really refine your approach.
Get that extra edge.
You've got this walk into that interview with confidence, showcase your skills and experience, and let your enthusiasm for hardwood floor laying really shine through.
One final thought. Imagine yourself 5 years down the road.
Okay.
What kind of hardwood floor layer do you want to be? Let that vision guide your answers.
Yeah, show your commitment.
Absolutely.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of hardwood floor layer interviews.
We hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you found it helpful, and we wish you the best of luck in your job search.
You got this.
Remember, we're always here to support you on your career journey.
We are.
Until next time, happy flooring.